Wendy's Busy Day, a Bob the Builder book, read by Books for Kids by Flying Dragons. One cold Monday morning, Wendy walked into Bob's front room and found him by the fire, wrapped in a blanket. Achoo! Sneezed Bob. Goodness, you look ill, cried Wendy. I am ill, sniffed Bob. I've got a really bad cold. You better stay indoors and keep warm, said Wendy. I can't do that, spluttered Bob. We've got a big resurfacing job to do on the main road into town. It's got to be finished by 5 o'clock tonight. I know, said Wendy. Why don't I go out with the machines? After all, either the work gets done with me supervising, or it doesn't get done at all. Chew! Sneezed Bob. I'll tell the machines, said Wendy, as she headed briskly out of the door. Bob's got a very bad cold, Wendy told the machines. He's going to stay indoors until he gets better. How will we do the resurfacing without Bob? Fretted Scoop. You've got me, smiled Wendy. Hooray! Cheered the machines. Me and Lofty will stay behind to look after Bob, said Scoop. Wendy hopped on board Muck. Can we fix it? She called. Yes, we can, yelled the team, and they roared out of the yard. Wendy gulped with surprise when she saw the big potholes in the road. Oh dear, it's very bumpy, she said. Rolly chuckled. Hey, Wendy, flattening bumps is my job, he said. Okay, smiled Wendy. Let's do it. Back at home, Bob sat sneezing. Duh, he muttered as he wiped his nose. I feel terrible, wheezed Bob. On the town road, Dizzy mixed concrete so that the team could fill in a big pothole. Then Muck roared up. Here it comes, he yelled as he lifted his dumper to tip out the sticky road surface. I'm right behind you, rumbled Rolly as he moved in to flatten everything out. Squelch! Wendy beamed and clapped. That looks perfect, she cried. As Dizzy moved over to give Rolly more room, she spotted an old football lying by the side of the road. Ooh, look what I found, she squeaked excitedly as she tapped it in with her front wheel. And Dizzy's got the ball, she cried as she chased after it. She's racing down the wing. Is she going to score? No, stop, yelled Wendy as Dizzy headed for the sticky wet road surface. But Dizzy didn't hear. She scored, shouted the little cement mixer and landed splat in the sticky stuff. Aw, wailed Dizzy as she watched her wheels slowly sinking. I'm stuck. Don't worry, gasped Wendy. We'll get you out. How? Rumbled Rolly. If we go in there, we'll get stuck as well. You've got to do something, shrieked Dizzy. You can't just leave me here to set like a rock. I'll phone Bob, said Wendy. Yes, phone Bob. He'll know what to do, said Muck. Wendy started to call Bob, but then stopped. No, she said firmly. Bob's ill. We must fix this ourselves. We can't go in, continued Wendy, but Dizzy has to be pulled out. How do we do that? I've got it, roared Muck. It's Lofty we need. He'll pull Dizzy out in a flash. Good thinking, Muck, cried Wendy. We've got to be quick, though, added Muck. Jump on, Wendy. Muck whizzed back to the yard, then screeched to a stop next to Lofty and Scoop. Lofty, we need your help, cried Wendy. Dizzy's stuck in some concrete and we need you to pull her out quickly. Lofty to the rescue, smiled Lofty. Bob was snoozing in his armchair when he was woken by the machines revving out of the yard. Scoop, Bob called, opening the front door. What was all that noise that woke me up? And where's Lofty gone? Oh, he went to see how the others were getting on, Scoop replied. Well, it's 4 o'clock now, fretted Bob, so they only got 1 hour before the road opens. Oh dear, he sighed to Pilchard. Things weren't going at all smoothly on the town road. Lofty lowered his big metal hook towards Dizzy's handle. "Get a grip, Dizzy," he clanked. "Got it," squeaked Dizzy as the hook locked on. "Pull!" Lofty nervously pulled Dizzy up, but suddenly he lost his grip. Dizzy crashed to the ground. "Try again," yelled Dizzy crossly. Holding their breath, Wendy, Rolly and Muck watched Lofty's winching machinery strain under the pressure. Slowly, very slowly, Lofty hauled Dizzy free of the concrete. "Yes," squealed Dizzy as he gently lowered her down onto the ground. "Hooray for Lofty," cheered Wendy. Thank you, giggled Dizzy in relief. "Oh, goodness," gasped Wendy as she looked at her watch. "Look at the time. We've only got an hour left. Come on, let's finish the road." With Wendy supervising, Muck tipped the last load of road surface for Rolly to flatten. 5 o'clock, yelled Wendy. "Time to open the road." Quickly, Lofty cleared away the safety barriers. Everyone gathered around the tape blocking off the road. In a loud voice, Wendy said, "I now pronounce the town road open." And she snipped through the tape with a pair of scissors. "Hooray!" cheered the machines. The first vehicle to use the resurfaced road was Travis, with Spud on his back. "What's going on here?" called Travis. "We've mended the road with Wendy," roared Muck. Spud inspected the newly resurfaced road. "You've missed a bit," he said, pointing at the ground. "It looks perfect to me," said Wendy anxiously. "Only teasing," laughed Spud. Back at the yard, Bob hurried out to meet everybody. "We did it, Bob," called Wendy. "We finished the road." "What a dame!" croaked Bob. "Thank you all so much." It's cold out here," fretted Lofty. "Shouldn't you get back indoors, Bob?" Okay, laughed Bob. "I'll have an early night." "We all need an early night," Wendy yawned. Later that night, just as the machines were drifting off to sleep, Dizzy nudged Muck's undercarriage. "Muck," she whispered. Mumbled Muck. "Wasn't that a great goal I scored today?" said Dizzy. Muck opened his mouth to reply, but something started tickling the back of his nose. Chew! He sneezed. "Now Muck's got Bob's cold," chuckled Scoop. Chew! Sneezed Muck. The end. If you'd like more books like this, we'd love to see you join us in some more Bod the Builders or plenty more other different kind of books we've got to share as well. And please hit subscribe below. Thank you.